Imagine a shark so massive that a great white shark could swim through its jaws without touching the sides. A predator so powerful it could bite through a car. An apex hunter so dominant that for 20 million years, absolutely nothing in the ocean was safe from it. This was Megalodon. And what if I told you that everything you think you know about this monster is probably wrong? Because the truth about Megalodon isn't just scary, it's scientifically insane. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this prehistoric nightmare still haunts the deepest parts of our oceans, in more ways than one. 1. Size and scale. Let's start with size, because your brain literally cannot comprehend how big Megalodon actually was. We're talking about a shark that reached lengths of 50 to 60 feet. Some estimates push it to 67 feet. That's longer than a school bus. That's 3 times the length of a great white shark. But length doesn't tell the whole story. Megalodon weighed an estimated 50 to 70 tons. Some calculations suggest individuals could have exceeded 100 tons. To put that in perspective, that's the weight of 10 elephants. A fully grown African elephant, the largest land animal alive today, could fit inside a Megalodon's stomach. The whale shark, the largest fish alive today, maxes out at around 20 tons. Megalodon was 5 times heavier. And here's where the physics gets absolutely wild. Because of something called the square cube law, when you scale up an animal, its volume and weight increase much faster than its length. A great white that's 20 feet long weighs about 2 tons. Scale that up 3 times to 60 feet, and you'd expect 6 tons, right? Wrong. You get 50 to 70 tons. The power required to move that mast through water is exponentially greater. This means Megalodon needed a completely different body plan than modern great whites. Its skeleton had to support forces that would crush a smaller shark. Its muscles had to generate thrust that seems physically impossible. And its metabolism had to fuel a body that required thousands of pounds of meat every single week just to maintain itself. Scientists estimate that an adult Megalodon needed to consume around 2,500 pounds of food per day. That's over a ton of meat daily. To put that in context, you'd need to eat about 10,000 Big Macs every day to match Megalodon's caloric intake relative to body size. And unlike you, Megalodon couldn't just swing by a drive-thru. It had to hunt the most dangerous prey in the ocean. 2. The teeth. Now let's talk about what made Megalodon the ultimate killing machine. Its teeth. Because these weren't just big teeth. These were precision-engineered biological weapons that reveal exactly how Megalodon hunted. Megalodon teeth could reach over 7 inches in length. That's longer than your hand. A great white's teeth max out at about 3 inches. But again, size isn't everything. The real story is in the design. Megalodon teeth were triangular, serrated, and built for one specific purpose: cutting through bone. The serrations weren't random. They were precision-engineered cutting edges that concentrated bite force into dozens of tiny points, allowing the tooth to saw through dense whalebone like a steak knife through meat. Modern great whites have similar teeth, but Megalodons were proportionally thicker and more robust, designed to withstand the catastrophic forces of the most powerful bite in history. How powerful? Conservative estimates put Megalodon's bite force at 40,000 pounds per square inch. Some calculations suggest it could exceed 180,000 psi. To put that in perspective, a great white bites at around 4,000 psi. A saltwater crocodile, which has the strongest bite of any living animal, maxes out at 3,700 psi. Megalodon's bite was literally 50 times more powerful. What could you do with that kind of bite force? You could bite through a car. You could crush a telephone pole. You could bite an adult whale in half, which is exactly what Megalodon did. And here's the terrifying part. Megalodon had around 250 teeth at any given time, arranged in 5 rows. As teeth in the front rows wore out or broke, teeth from the back rows would move forward to replace them. A single Megalodon could go through 20,000 teeth in its lifetime. This is why we find so many fossilized Megalodon teeth. They were constantly shedding them. These teeth are the primary evidence we have for Megalodon's existence, because sharks have cartilaginous skeletons that rarely fossilize. But those teeth tell us everything we need to know. We've found them on every continent except Antarctica. We've found them in rock layers spanning 23 million to 3.6 million years ago. And we've found them alongside whale fossils that show direct evidence of Megalodon attacks. Three, hunting behavior. So what did Megalodon actually hunt? And how did a predator this size catch prey fast enough to escape? The answer is written in whale bones. Paleontologists have found fossilized whale skeletons with distinctive bite marks that match Megalodon teeth perfectly. And the pattern of these bite marks reveals a hunting strategy that's both brutal and brilliant. Megalodon targeted whales, not small whales. We're talking about massive baleen whales, the ancestors of modern blue whales and humpbacks. These were animals 30 to 40 feet long, weighing 10 to 20 tons. And Megalodon didn't just kill them, it dismembered them. The evidence shows that Megalodon used a specific attack pattern. First, it would disable its prey by attacking the fins and tail, the primary means of propulsion. Bite marks on whale flipper bones show that Megalodon would rip off these appendages first, immobilizing the whale and preventing escape. Then, once the prey was disabled, Megalodon would deliver a catastrophic bite to vital organs, likely targeting the heart and lungs. This isn't mindless aggression. This is calculated predation that requires intelligence, planning, and an understanding of anatomy. Megalodon knew where to bite to cause maximum damage. It knew how to neutralize prey that could potentially injure or escape. This suggests cognitive abilities far beyond what we see in modern sharks. But here's what's truly insane. Megalodon was fast. Biomechanical models suggest it could swim at speeds of 20 to 25 miles per hour in short bursts, possibly faster. That doesn't sound impressive until you remember we're talking about a 60-foot, 70-ton animal. The fastest submarines can barely match that speed. The sheer hydrodynamic efficiency required to move that much mass through water at that velocity is something engineers still don't fully understand. Megalodon likely used an ambush strategy similar to modern great whites. It would attack from below, using the dark ocean depths as camouflage. The first indication a whale had that Megalodon was present would be when its tail was suddenly ripped off by jaws the size of a garage door. There was no escape. There was no defense. If Megalodon decided you were food, you were food. 4. Distribution and dominance. Megalodon wasn't confined to one region. It didn't have a limited range. This apex predator dominated every major ocean on Earth for over 20 million years. Let that sink in. 20 million years of total oceanic supremacy. We've found Megalodon teeth in Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Asia, and Australia. This means Megalodon was comfortable in tropical waters, temperate waters, and everything in between. It could navigate the open ocean, and hunt in coastal shallows. There was literally nowhere in the ocean you could go to be safe from Megalodon. During the Miocene epoch, between 23 and 5 million years ago, Megalodon was the undisputed king of the food chain. Nothing challenged it. Nothing competed with it for prey. It was the oceanic equivalent of a tyrant, and every other species existed in its shadow. This level of dominance created what ecologists call a top-down ecosystem, where the apex predator controls population dynamics of everything below it. Megalodon didn't just hunt whales. Its presence shaped whale evolution, behavior, and distribution. Whales that were slower, less cautious, or preferred regions where Megalodon hunted were eliminated from the gene pool. Only the fastest, most alert, and most adaptable whales survived. In some ways, Megalodon created the modern whale. The evolutionary pressure it applied for millions of years pushed cetaceans to become faster, smarter, and more socially complex. Whale pods, migration patterns, and even whale songs may have evolved partially as responses to Megalodon predation. 5. Extinction and legacy. So if Megalodon was so dominant, so perfectly adapted, so utterly unstoppable, why did it go extinct? The answer is complicated, and scientists are still debating the exact causes. But the leading theory involves climate change, prey availability, and competition from a new predator that Megalodon never saw coming. Around 5 to 3 million years ago, Earth's climate began cooling dramatically. Ocean temperatures dropped, and ocean circulation patterns changed. This affected the distribution of prey species. The large baleen whales that Megalodon specialized in hunting began migrating to polar regions where the cold water was rich in nutrients and krill. But these polar waters were too cold for Megalodon. Remember, Megalodon was likely warm-blooded, or at least partially endothermic. Like modern great whites, this gave it speed and power, but also made it dependent on warm water to maintain its metabolism. It couldn't follow its prey into Arctic and Antarctic waters without suffering catastrophic metabolic stress. At the same time, a new predator was evolving: orcas. Modern orcas are smaller than Megalodon, but they have something Megalodon didn't: intelligence, pack hunting, communication. A single orca couldn't take down a Megalodon, but a coordinated pod could. More importantly, orcas could hunt in cold water, where Megalodon couldn't survive. The combination of climate change, shifting prey distributions, and competition from orcas created a perfect storm. Megalodon's food sources disappeared into regions it couldn't access. Its hunting grounds shrank, and for an animal that needed over a ton of food per day, starvation came quickly. The last confirmed Megalodon fossils date to about 3.6 million years ago. After 20 million years of dominance, Megalodon vanished from the fossil record entirely. 6. Could it still exist? Now here's the question everyone wants answered. Could Megalodon still be alive? I hate to disappoint you, but the answer is no. And here's why we can be absolutely certain. First, the fossil record. We have continuous records of shark teeth from the last 3.6 million years. If Megalodon still existed, we'd be finding fresh teeth constantly. We don't. Every Megalodon tooth ever found is fossilized, meaning it's millions of years old. Second, prey availability. Megalodon needed enormous amounts of food. If a breeding population of Megalodons existed, they'd be hunting whales constantly. We'd see evidence of their attacks on whale carcasses. We'd have sonar contacts. We'd have accidental catches in fishing nets. We have none of these things. Third, the deep ocean isn't a hiding place. The deep ocean is cold, dark, and has almost no food. A warm-blooded predator requiring a ton of food daily cannot survive there. The Megalodon is hiding in the deep ocean theory makes for good movies, but terrible science. The truth is, Megalodon is gone, but its legacy isn't. The evolutionary pressure it applied shaped modern marine ecosystems in ways we're still discovering. The whales it hunted evolved into the intelligent, social creatures we know today, partially because of Megalodon. And the fear it inspired? That's still hardwired into our brains. So yeah, nothing about Megalodon was normal. It was 3 times larger than a great white, with a bite 50 times more powerful. It dominated every ocean for 20 million years. It hunted the largest animals in existence with calculated precision. And its extinction created a power vacuum that allowed modern marine ecosystems to exist. The next time you're swimming in the ocean and feel that primal fear of what's beneath you, remember, for 20 million years, that fear was completely justified because something was down there. Something massive, something unstoppable. And the only reason you're safe now is because Earth's climate killed it before you were born. If this video made you appreciate the absolute insanity of prehistoric predators, smash that like button, subscribe for more science that'll blow your mind, and drop a comment. What other extinct creature should I cover next? Because I promise you, the prehistoric world was way stranger than you think.